The Bamberg Witch Trials, Bamberg, Germany, 1626 to 1631. 600 people were executed for witchcraft in 5 years. That's more than 2 people burned every week. For 5 straight years. Prince Bishop Johann Georg II Fuchs von Dornheim didn't just allow witch trials, he industrialized them. He built a dedicated witch prison, the Drudenhaus. It had its own torture chambers, its own courtroom, its own execution grounds. He hired professional torturers, paid them per confession, created quotas. The trials targeted everyone: poor beggars, wealthy merchants, city councilmen, even children. The youngest victim was a boy aged 10, accused of attending a witch's sabbath, tortured until he confessed, burned alive. The trials had a pattern: arrest, torture, confession, execution, seize property, repeat. One of the most famous victims was Johannes Junius, the mayor of Bamberg, wealthy, respected, politically powerful. In 1628, he was accused. He denied everything. They tortured him anyway. Thumbscrews, leg vices, the strappado, where they hung him by his wrists tied behind his back until his shoulders dislocated. He still refused to confess. So they brought in the executioner, showed him the instruments, told him what came next. Junius broke, he confessed, said he'd met the devil, named other witches, signed the confession. But before his execution, he smuggled a letter out of prison to his daughter. The letter still exists. You can read it today. In it, he wrote, "Innocent have I come into prison. Innocent have I been tortured. Innocent must I die. For whoever comes into the witch prison must become a witch or be tortured until he invents something out of his head." He described the torture in detail. He named the people who forced his confession. He begged his daughter to forgive him for lying. He was burned at the stake on August 6, 1628. The trials continued for 3 more years, hundreds more dead. They only stopped when the Swedish army invaded during the 30 Years' War. The Prince Bishop fled. The trials collapsed. The Drudenhaus was eventually torn down. But the records survived. 600 names, 600 lives, 600 executions, all documented, all preserved, all proof that this wasn't superstition. It was policy. How does a city execute 2 people a week for 5 years and call it justice? Comment Bamberg if you've heard this story. Follow and share for more trials that became factories of death.